We had already said the consciousness defines the identity of a human being. Man is what he thinks. He who thinks like a chicken, a king, or an immortal is a chicken, a king, or an immortal. In the meditation in the morning, you actually are a new man of the sixth race, a higher species, a high vibrating being. Whether you can maintain this elevated state during the day depends on the mastery of your thoughts. If you think right, if your soul thinks, your vibration remains high. Whoever thinks beautifully will not suffer. All your thoughts weave your true eternal self. Our inner being is created by our thoughts. If you wish to become a great soul, be sure to express only uplifting, elevating thoughts, whatever the circumstances in which you find yourself. Beware of negative thoughts. They will turn against you and will burden you like an abominable leprosy. But good thoughts rise upward and will lift you with them. You shape your fiery body, your body of light, your radiations, by uplifting your thoughts. What you think, you are. What you are, you radiate. What you radiate, you attract. Precisely thought and inner motives weave our aura, this magnetic field which either attracts or repels possibilities. If, whatever happens, you think in a positive, beautiful and great way, you are a beautiful and great creature. If, on the other hand, you think negative, ugly and small, your true inner being is ugly and small as well, even if it dwells in a beautiful body or lives in a palace. The happiness of your life depends on the nature of your thoughts. Our life is the product of our thoughts. Right thinking is the basis for your entire future development. All the exercises that we have already discussed and will discuss in the future ultimately come down to the mastery of your thoughts. Elevation, attaining immortality, transferring the consciousness into the eternal individuality, strengthening the soul, transforming into a being of spirit, attaining invulnerability, bringing the soul to life, creating the fiery state, joy over obstacles, transforming suffering into joy, living in the continuous presence of the teacher, the path of the inner temple, participation in the life of the higher world, and many others. The qualities that make the new man, such as invulnerability, fearlessness, freedom, dignity, firmness, serenity, vitality, and joy of being, are all attained through control of thought. Every single thought builds, enlarges, and beautifies or destroys the artwork of your eternal individuality. Each thought is either a stone in the construction or poison in the heart. You alone are responsible for the quality of your thoughts, no one and nothing else. You must not excuse yourself by saying that it is adverse circumstances, or the selfishness, malice, or stupidity of your fellow men that trigger negative thoughts within you. For by harboring them, you only harm your own higher self. Precisely in the earthly chaos, you have to assert the true being that you want to be, and to appear everywhere, at all times, and under all circumstances, as a disciple of the brotherhood or a king of the spirit. For this, you must, above all, think like such a person. We are the masters and rulers of our karma, not because we can control the circumstances, but because we can control our thoughts. Individual karma is always the basic one, and firstly it is formed by the inclinations, thoughts and motives of man. Actions are secondary factors. The Buddhists say karma is thought. Are not words and deeds much more important? No, because their value depends entirely upon your thoughts. A hypocritical good word or an outwardly good deed may have base motives, and these alone are relevant for karma. Everywhere it is said that thought and action are identical in terms of their significance. This is easy to establish. Compare how a thought about murder affects the spectrum of the aura, and how an actual murder does so. The results will be identical. It is difficult for people to grasp the fact that the thought has the same effect as the deed. The mantra, I reveal the divine only, you realize primarily through your eternal individualities determining your thoughts. You think what it wants you to think. It takes constant and prolonged training to reveal only those thoughts that express the divine within you. The goal of Agni Yoga is a new construction. every single thought builds, enlarges, and embellishes or destroys the artwork of the new world. That applies to both the inner and the outer world in which you live. Because these statements are of paramount importance, we quote again Schopenhauer and the teaching. In the same environment, everyone lives in a different world. Each spirit creates his own world, and the beauty or ugliness of the created world depends upon the quality of his consciousness. We had already said many times, what is important is not the material, but the spiritual world in which you live. The subtle scenery behind the stage on which your material existence takes place, the heaven to which you are attached while you are working on earth. That is where your true existence takes place. This sphere, like the entire subtle world, is created by your own thoughts. If, whatever happens, you think positive, beautiful, and great, you live in a beautiful world in all circumstances. If, on the other hand, you think negative, ugly, and small, your real existence is a hell, even if physically there is a paradise around you. By a single word have evil empires been created.